So today I'm going to talk to you about the pros and cons of Woodstock, Georgia. Okay, so as always, I like to start with the good. So I'm going to name a few pros. I'm going to also infuse a few cons as I'm talking about the pros, but I'll probably, most likely, end with some pros as well. So let's talk about Woodstock, Georgia. Woodstock is actually, here's one of the pros. To me, it's a smaller city, but again, small is relative. We're talking about 35,000 in population. So yeah, you're thinking that's not small. That's a big city. Again, it's relative compared to some of the bordering cities such as Marietta, Fulton County, where you have Roswell and Alpharetta. It's going to be one of your smaller cities. But again, the positive is you get big city feel with small city population. So Woodstock, with 35,000 people approximately, the average home sales price is right under $450,000. Average sales price comes in at $449,000. So with that, that means you can get a lot of house for your money. So that's another pro. Here's something that I want you to consider. If you can work from home, or you can work from a city that you don't have to go downtown, Woodstock may be the place for you. It's going to take you a little while to get to downtown Atlanta or Buckhead, those areas, probably about 45 minutes. However, Woodstock has all the conveniences that you need, especially there are a lot of hospitals and things of that nature. So if you're in the medical field, there should be a plethora of jobs for you in Woodstock. Another pro is they have a outlet mall, exit 9 off of 575. I'm going to slide into a con with that, but the outlet is definitely a major pro. It's close to the northwestern cities such as Marietta, those areas. Roswell, you don't have to go far away to the outskirts where outlet malls usually are. You can go to this convenient close one in Woodstock. And another great thing about this outlet is it really has outlet prices. So often we go to outlet malls and we say, well, gosh, these prices seem like mall prices or even higher at times, but not the shops of Woodstock. The Woodstock, I believe it's called the shops at Woodstock or Woodstock outlets. Great prices. So many different types of stores, eateries. They even have some high-end stores there, and the prices are great. Trust me, I know about pricing. So those prices are good at the outlet. This same exit also has the Woodstock Costco. So this again is exit 9 off of 575. So now I'm going to talk about a con of Woodstock. One of the cons is the major interstate or the thoroughfare that gets you to Woodstock is going to be 575 north. So you can get to 575 by traveling north on 75. Interstate 75 north will take you to 575. But once you leave Cobb County, going into Cherokee County, the first city is going to be Woodstock. And guess what? That's where the traffic begins. Bottleneck traffic. So if you don't like traffic like most people, that is going to be one of the cons. However, as I mentioned earlier, if you don't have a traditional job, a traditional 9 to 5, and you can come and go as you please, then just avoid the rush hour, because that's typically when there's major traffic. Middle of the day, no problem. Not a problem at all. Also, you can get to Woodstock different ways, such as Canton Highway or Highway 92. But those are more streets or areas that have street lights. But if you want a highway or an interstate, that's going to be 575, your only way in and out of Woodstock on a highway. So that's a con. While I'm talking about cons, I will talk to you about some cons that some of my clients say they are not excited, I'll say, necessarily about the school system in Woodstock, comparing it to the bordering county of Cobb. Cobb County schools typically are generally going to have better schools overall. where Woodstock schools are working to be better. Years ago, they had lost some accreditation, but they have since overcome that and they are on the rebound. They are moving back up. I think one of the problems that people tend to dislike about the Woodstock schools is that there may be a higher student to teacher ratio than typically expected. But I will say lots of the schools are being renovated or newly built, so they're definitely on the upswing. So that's going to be a pro and a con. Another pro, let's go back to the pros. Woodstock has so much for you to do. It has an old time feel for a lot of the cities, but they generally focus on community. So most of the neighborhoods or subdivisions that you'll see are really community oriented. They'll have centralized green spaces or centralized dog parks, or they'll have lakes or little ponds, I should say, and not necessarily a lake, but neighborhood ponds with benches all around or walking paths, because they're really trying to foster getting out, knowing your neighbors. There's one particular neighborhood that maybe I'll do a video on. I love that community. The houses are close together, but they all have like front porches and small fenced in front yards, if you can imagine that. The garages are around back so that people literally can sit on their front porches and wave and talk to their neighbors or people walking by. It's just lovely. Again, it also has a centralized green space. So another thing that people love about Woodstock, myself included, is the downtown Woodstock area. Oh my goodness, so quaint. So you have like the old school type shops, the antique shops, and the boutiques and the thrift type stores, if you're into that. But there's also so many different eateries. You have American food, Italian food, Mexican food, all kinds of food, sushi restaurants. You have indoor dining, outdoor dining, because again, people kind of know each other. I know that said there's 35,000 people, but the ones that hang out in certain areas, they typically go there often. So you'll see a neighbor or you'll see somebody that you know, or even if you don't know them, people will just conjure up conversations because that's just how it is in Woodstock. So that's another major pro about the area, downtown Woodstock. As a matter of fact, that's not an amphitheater, but it's an outdoor, huge lawn green space there where people can go and just have a picnic or play some ball or some sport or just enjoy the beautiful scenery. There is some construction going on down there, so I'm going to put that in the con category, because the downtown Woodstock is one lane in, one lane out. It has a cross street, but again, it's just a one-laner. So as you can imagine, when there's construction and having one lane doesn't necessarily fare very well. But again, the secret is go outside of rush hour time frames. Go early, go midday, or go late after 7 p.m. and you'll be just fine. Now, I will say also in the downtown area, as you're picking a place to eat maybe or go shopping, and there's a one lane of traffic, you're going to go slow anyway, but this time it's okay, because you're going to be able to look around and check out different shops or see something that you haven't seen before. It's not new, you just haven't seen it before. It's like, oh wow, let's check this out. Very, very, very walkable. So you'll find a place to park and you can literally walk up and down the main street, which is Canton Road, Canton Highway, Highway 5, through downtown Woodstock or Town Lake Parkway, which is the cross street. It turns into Main Street, I believe, once you're downtown, but it's all the same street. And you can just look around. There's several parks that are adjacent to the downtown area. And if you can think of a cross, like a lowercase t, each direction there is housing or churches or just different arteries that you can go. So that is really nice for downtown Woodstock as well, because The downtown is the center, but then all the other avenues or the arteries take you off to another little adventure. So be sure that if you're in Cobb or if you're in East Cobb, where I am and where I love to buy and sell and help people, just venture out a couple of miles up the road, up the highway to Woodstock. Woodstock is lovely. You can get a lot of home for the money. Again, the average sales price is right at $449,000, which is below the Metro Atlanta average price of $525,000. So again, you see where you can save a little money, get a great home, and not have to spend as much. And another con is if you like to travel a lot like I do, you are going to be a good little distance from the airport. Hartsfield International Airport is about an hour away from Woodstock. But that's the largest airport or the most busy airport, they say, in the world, I believe. So you're going to want to leave early enough to make sure you have plenty of time to navigate that airport. So coming from Woodstock, let's just say you have a noon flight. You want to be at the airport at least 2 hours in advance. So you want to be there at 10, leave home at 9, or actually maybe 8:30 because you have to factor in rush hour traffic. Better yet, don't pick a flight that you have to navigate traffic when you're getting to the airport. So maybe you think about having a 2 o'clock flight. You're in between rush hour. You need to be at the airport at 12. You can leave at 11, get there on time. You might even be able to leave at 10:50 if you drive on the aggressive side. But anyway, just a little bit about Woodstock. It's a phenomenal city, a phenomenal town. Everyone's nice, everyone speaks, everyone seems to be happy-go-lucky, and they're looking forward to meeting new people such as myself. So this is a place that I feel comfortable all the time with my children. If I had any pets, I would come out there with my pets and just meet new people all the time, just walking around, sitting out, and you can people watch. This is a great place to people watch as well. So if you're looking to move in Woodstock, move out of Woodstock, or around Woodstock, I can help you. Make sure you call, text, or email me. I'm your lady, Vita Wooten, and I'm looking forward to helping you make your move a smooth move. Take care and look forward to hearing from you soon.